didn't say nothing. Good thing I didn't say nothing compromising. At least I don't think I did. I don't think I did. But anyway. Oh well. How's it going, everybody? How's your day going? How's your day been? It is Monday, movie night. It is 4 minutes past 8 p.m. It is the 9th of October, 2023. We're about to watch Cool as Ice starring Vanilla Ice from 1992. It is an hour 31 minutes. I have it on Amazon Prime. I just bought it through Amazon Prime. If you would like to, you can do that too. Of course, you don't have to. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to rent it. But if you do have it in any way, whether through Amazon or any other service, whether you got it on VHS or DVD or any other format, get it ready on Zero and I'll let you know when to press play. But if you don't want it and you don't want to get it, it's all good. You can still come along and have some fun. It is Cool as Ice for movie night. This movie was released in 1992. It is rated PG and is Vanilla Ice's first and only starring movie. Not his only movie. He's been in a few other movies. There's some shows, TV shows, I believe, but at least as far as I'm aware, this is his only starring role movie back in his height of fame in the early 90s. And I've seen this before. I've seen this a few times before. I've not seen it for a while now, but I have seen it a few times before. I feel like I remember it relatively well. But anyway, so good. Let's watch it again. That's to refresh the memory. But anyway, let me switch over to this screen and just chat to y'all for a little bit. So yeah, it is Monday movie night, watching Cool as Ice, Vanilla Ice, starring Vanilla Ice. If you got it, get it ready on Zero. Start it in a little while, but before that, let's see what's been going on today. So my day's been pretty okay. Did some gardening. Went to the gym earlier as well. Pretty active day, actually. Pretty physically active day. In fact, I can tell you exactly how active I've been so far. I have been active to the tune of burning 3,341 calories today. That is mad. That is mad. Like, I typically would burn about 2,200 for the whole day. Like maybe 2,300 for the whole day, right? I'm on 3,343 and the day is not over yet. We still got about 4 hours to go before the day is not over. So that's maybe another 400 or 500 calories possibly on top of that, depending on stuff. But yeah, I've had a pretty active day today. Pretty active day. But yeah, it was pretty cool though. You know, it's good to do some stuff. Also recorded the next movie channel video, which is why Thor Love and Thunder is trash. I recorded the video, so I just need to edit it now. Once it's edited, I can upload it. I say just need to edit it. It takes a while to edit these things. It can take a while, like maybe a week or two. Hopefully it doesn't take forever, because there's some other things coming up that might take up some time. But hopefully it doesn't take up, the things don't take up too much time. I can get it out in a reasonable time frame. But yeah, got to edit it now. And once that's done, yeah, I could upload it, and hopefully it's an enjoyable video for you guys to watch and appreciate. I feel like I made some good jokes in there. I feel like I made some good points in there as well. So yeah, looking forward to getting that one out and seeing what y'all think. What else? So yeah, I told you guys before, I was selling some stuff on eBay. Still doing that. Sold a few things. Sold some stuff last week that I posted last week. Well, one thing that I posted last week, and I sold just a couple of things now, which I've got to post tomorrow. So yeah, that's going pretty cool. I'm trying to play it safe on eBay though. I mean, I have sold stuff on eBay in the past, like many years ago. I did decide to just start a whole new eBay account for this, just because the previous one was a business account. When I was doing eBay more as a business type thing, did that for a little while, but it didn't really go so well, so I kind of left it alone. But I figured, you know, let me just start a separate account that's separate from that. That's just personal. Don't worry about, you know, VAT numbers or whatever, and you know, that kind of whole longness of it all. So I did that, set up a whole new account, which means I've got to start from zero with my rating, which sucks, but hey. But yeah, so I'm trying to play it safe in the sense that like I've got a few messages where people have asked things like, one guy was asking, there's a phone that I'm selling, and he's asking if he could buy, I don't remember what it was anymore, like he wanted to buy like a case or something like that for the phone, have the case sent to my house, and then I send the case, the phone and the charger in one package to him, because apparently that's going to be cheaper than him just buying the case or whatever accessory it was in his own country. And I was like, nah. I mean, I appreciate your plight, but nah. I'm not getting involved with that. Like, whatever you gotta buy, you know, you do. I'm not having things sent to my house to send it. No, I'm just not getting involved with anything like that. That just sounds, I mean, the guy's probably being genuine. Like, I don't want to assume he's a crook, but at the same time, I'm like, nah, I'm just not doing that. Just not doing that. It sounds long, so no. And another guy was asking if I'll reduce the price on something, so I have it's on auction, and he asked me what would I sell it for just to buy out, and what did I say? I think I said £10, and he was like, would you go to 8? And I just said no. And here's the thing, like, it's on auction. If it ends on less than 10, then it is what it is. I'll honor that. But I just thought, no, I've already put the buyout price on it. I'm not going to negotiate. If it goes lower to somebody, if they're lucky and they get it lower, cool, and that is what it is. You know, that's part of the whole auction thing. You might get it more than you want, you might get it lower than you want, but if it goes lower, then cool. But if not, other than that, I'm like, no, I just don't want to get involved with negotiating this, negotiating that, or arranging things outside of, you know, what eBay does, and that way I can keep it all within there and avoid any kind of aggro or hassles or whatever else. So yeah, that's been my journey so far as a new old eBay seller. Not exactly new, but you know, newish. It's been a while since I sold stuff on eBay. But yeah, back in the day, man, this is probably going back about 7 or 8 years now, maybe even close to about 10 years actually, where I was trying to be like an eBay merchant at one time, and it lasted probably just a few months. It didn't last very long. It lasted maybe a month or two. No, yeah, but maybe like 2 months, I think. And I would buy stuff for the purpose of selling it on eBay, and I did, I guess, reasonably okay, considering I had zero experience in that field. I had no idea what to buy or how to negotiate, and you know, that whole thing. But it just became, so, you know, all things considered, I feel like I did okay, but yeah, it was very clear that I had no idea what I was doing, and it was just a lot of work and a lot of stuff that I didn't really care to learn. I was like, you know what, this just isn't for me. This isn't for me. I tried it. It was a good learning experience, but it just isn't for me. But yeah, I had it all set up on a VAT number and a business name and that whole thing, and yeah, I was like, you know, I don't need to get into that. I don't need to get involved with that again. I'm just trying to sell some old stuff now, things that I've had for a while, things that I either don't have a use for, or just kind of laying around that maybe somebody else has a use for and they could do something with it. You know, a lot of stuff I don't care what kind of price it sells for, you know, as long as the delivery's covered, you know. And yeah, so that's been what I've been doing. But yeah, what up, Frozen Gamer? Frozen G in the place to be. How is ye? How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream. I'm just talking about my eBay experience and selling a few things on eBay. I got loads of stuff that, well, not loads, but I got quite a few things I want to sell. Do it bit by bit. But I think a lot of the things I have, I'm probably just going to donate to a charity. Like a lot of my DVDs, CDs, vinyl, clothes. I think I'm just going to donate to a charity. The only things I need to find somewhere that, because it's quite a lot of stuff, and ideally I'd want to do it in one go so I don't have to go back and forth, which means I need to find somewhere that I can park nearby. That way I can load up the car, drive there, park, and also just make sure they accept the stuff as well. Like, you know, just turn up in a place and be like, yeah, actually we don't do none of that. So yeah, I'm gonna call ahead, find out what they accept, and if they do, then cool. Drive down there one of these days, maybe in a month or so, just load up the car, get it all done and donate it to a charity, and hopefully they can, you know, sell it, get some money for it to support the charity, and whoever buys it, hopefully they get some use out of it. But yeah, I feel like it's time. It's time. It's not good to like just hoard stuff, you know. You got to clear out the old, make way for the new. You know what I mean? That's how I'm feeling right now. Just a lot of stuff I have. It doesn't. I don't need to have it. I don't need to have it. So it's time for somebody else to love the things that I once loved. You know, and they can find new homes somewhere. I've not played Tears of the Kingdom. Actually, I want to start Breath of the Wild again. In fact, I must try and start it again this Thursday for the gaming stream, actually. But I want to start Breath of the Wild again because I was playing it before, like some years, well, probably about 2-3 years back, or whenever it came out. I really don't remember right now, but I know it was around about when it came out. It's probably more than 3 years now. Whenever Breath of the Wild came out, I was playing it then, and I played quite a bit of it. I got relatively far, but I know I got stuck somewhere, and then I ended up putting it down and never coming back to it. And now I'm at a point where it's been so long since I played it, I'm thinking, you know, just start it again. just start it again. Just start it again. You know, I know it sucks to start things again, but just start it again and figure it out again, you know. And I might need to use a guide in some places. I don't care if I do. But yeah, Tears of the Kingdom is a game I do want to play, but it probably won't be for a good while. I very rarely play games brand new anymore, so apparently that game is really good. People playing it saying it's amazing, so yeah, at some point, God willing, I'll get to it, but it might not be a while. Might not be for a while. I've got the update for Cyberpunk 2077, the 2.2 update. So I started playing that again recently, but only kind of not fully. Like I'm not fully in it like that. I've played it before, been through it before, so now it's kind of like just kind of going through it again to play the update. But I'm not fully focused on it like that right now. I'm mostly focused, I guess, mainly on Gears 5, but even that, you know, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But actually, have you played Tears of the Kingdom, or what you playing right now? Frozen gamer. Hopefully you're not frozen on a game. Hopefully not frozen on a game. Hopefully you are not stuck anywhere on it. But you know what? I reckon it's about time we start this movie, eh? Let's get this show on the Rizzo. Let's switch over here. Let me put this up here. Let me get mine ready on 0, actually. By the way, if you do buy it through Amazon, make sure you buy the right one, because there's two. One is the movie and one is a riff tracks, which, I mean, I guess it's like a parody of the movie or something, which, you know, if you want to get that, you can try and tell you what to do. But yeah, this is the actual movie, Cool as Ice. Make sure you get in that one, if you do get it. Or if you want to get a riff tracks version, you can do that too, I suppose. But anyway. Hopefully you are ready on 0, because we're about to start the countdown. We're going to go 3, 2, 1, play. So if you're ready, 3, 2, 1, play. Unauthorized reproduction. Yeah, no cheatsies. I think the last time I watched this movie was sometime, I want to say sometime around 2010-ish. So I remember I bought this on VHS. I bought this and I bought Class Acts, what we watched a few weeks ago. I bought them both on VHS, and the reason I bought them both on VHS is because I couldn't find them on DVD at the time. And I hadn't bought a VHS tape for years at this point. Like I think the last VHS tape I bought before that was like 1990 something. I've been only buying DVDs since then. And so it was kind of a big decision at the time to buy these on VHS, because like I wanted them, but I just didn't have I couldn't find them on DVD. They're probably on DVD by now, I'm sure, but they weren't back then. So I bought them on VHS, and I had a VHS. I had to dig up my old VHS player so I could watch them. Man, look at this. This is so 90s. Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell singing. Who remembers that? Everybody get loose. Mate. Vanilla Ice was lit back in the day though. Like, people cuss him now, but bruh, he was lit. And the fact that he got to star in a movie goes to show how lit he was. You know how many people get to star in movies? Not many musicians, not many people when it comes down to it. But if you're a singer and you get to star in a movie a few years into your career, if you're a musician and you get to star in a movie a few years into career, that just goes to show how lit you are. He was popular. Man, look at the moves though. Man. Yeah, people laugh at him now, but bro, you can't tell me them dance moves weren't sick. Yo, Little Jakes. Little Jake's in the place. Let's have it right. Vanilla Ice was a culture vulture. Ooh. Was Vanilla Ice a culture vulture? Yo, man, like Little Jake, big up for coming through. How is you? How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream and coming in straight with that big statement. Vanilla Ice was a culture vulture. We might have to talk about that one. But yeah, I'm doing all right still, you know, I'm doing all right. Had a really active day today. Went to the gym earlier, did some gardening. So yeah, very active day. Also did some, recorded a video for the movie channel. So productive as well. So yeah, got quite a few things done today. So yeah, quite pleased with myself actually. I ain't gonna lie, man. Quite pleased with myself. Had to enter with some thunder, baby. For real, for real. Okay, before we figure out whether Vanilla Ice was a culture vulture or not, let's just start with this question. What is your definition of a culture vulture? I'll check out your video on your other channel. Oh, please do. Like, I recorded it today. I mean, it's not on the channel yet because it's just been recorded, but I need to edit it still. But yeah, recorded. It's called Why Thor: Love and Thunder is Trash. So that's recorded. Now I need to edit it and then upload it to the channel. So yeah, hopefully once that's ready. hopefully once that's ready, yeah, you can check it out and enjoy that there. I feel like I made some good points in that video and some good jokes in that video. So, well, of course I think that, right? I have to wait and see what if anybody else thinks that too. that's the real test. Directed by David Kellogg. So I would define a culture vulture, and maybe you'd agree, maybe you disagree, we'll see. But I would define culture vulture as somebody who borrows extensively from a culture that isn't their own, while showing no real acknowledgement of where it's from, you know, that kind of thing. Like, effectively somebody pretending to be something that they're not and trying to pass it off as original content, you know, kind of like plagiarism in a way. My definition is of someone of another race who gains fame or infamy from another culture. So would you define, or would you describe Eminem as a culture vulture? Because for me, I feel like Eminem shows a lot of acknowledgement, maybe even more than he has to, you know, the rap and hip-hop culture, you know, and he's often like, you know, talking about you know, old school rappers and, you know, who inspired him and, you know, things like that. Masquerading as someone who is interested in another art form that is associated with another race. Man, this movie is so 1990s. So I guess in your definition, it's really somebody who uses another culture to gain fame and maybe money or things like that, but it's not something that they really deep down care about. They're just doing it because it can get them popular, you know. So like somebody who didn't necessarily grow up, for example, somebody who maybe didn't grow up around hip-hop, they don't really care about hip-hop, it's not something they're really into like that, but they masquerade as a hip-hop expert because it can get them popular, and as long as all they really care about is getting popular and getting money, and they don't really care about what they're using to get that. Eminem is someone who shows homage to the past greats of rap. Eminem is passionate about the art form. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I don't think Eminem could be described as a culture vulture. But yeah, I could definitely see why people might describe Vanilla Ice as a culture vulture. I mean, I'm not sure I would, only because I would say I'm not. I mean, I assume he's gotta be interested in hip-hop, have a love for hip-hop, because he kept doing it for a while. Like, even after his fame died out, he put out, I think, like 3-4 albums. He's got a few albums out. Like, he's got quite a few albums out. So, like, he kept going even after his fame died. Like, his popularity died a horrible death, you know. And he still put out some albums, so he must have some, I assume, passion for, you know, hip hop music and, you know, that kind of, you know. I assume. I assume. Eminem is revered by his contemporaries in rap now, for sure. Plus, he's at a point now where you know, sort of young people are kind of looking up, and he's definitely helped out some up and coming hip hop artists to kind of get their leg up, but to kind of get their foot up a little bit. So yeah, he's not just taking, he's giving back as well. These guys. But yeah, Eminem was Eminem. Sorry, well, yeah, Eminem too, I guess, really. But yeah, Vanilla Ice was super popular back in the day, like back in the sort of early '90s when he kind of came up with Ice Ice Baby. Like everybody loved him. First people in history, what's their thoughts on Vanilla Ice? I think the general consensus is that he is more of a bubblegum rapper like MC Hammer. Yeah, I think people say that kind of commercial, but I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, I mean, rap isn't. Oh, that's a pretty cool false perspective, actually. You know, rap isn't, you know, one thing, right? You know, you don't only have to be one way to be in hip hop, and I think that kind of. I mean, I know it was kind of like that back in the day, like. Especially with you know, artists like this guy knows how to make a sandwich though still. But artists like Will Smith, you know, Fresh Prince, so people call him soft and he's not real rap and you know, stuff like that. And the truth is, like, you can be any kind of rapper. You can rap about your school, or you can rap about your gang, you know, like. There's no one way to be a rapper. So yeah, it's a shame that happened, because that, for me, I feel like is because that, I mean, for me, I feel like hip hop can represent a lot of different things, and rap can be a lot of different things. But yeah. Vanilla Ice lost a lot of respect. Back in the day, it's just I felt his music lacked substance. And that's fair. That's fair. But I mean, I ain't gonna lie though, I was a big fan back in the day. Like that first album that he released, To the Extreme, that got played in my house. That got played in my house. I could probably recite some of them lyrics now. You know what I mean? That got played. But yeah, it's like, I mean, for just grabbing up girls. No, mate, this movie could not be made today. this is probably an unfair comparison, but juxtapose Vanilla Ice next to Nas, for example. I mean, yeah. that's yeah. Nas, Biggie Smalls, Redman, that'd be that type of artist I gravitate towards. Yo, what up, Urinate? Ain't seen for a minute. Just talking about Vanilla Ice. What's your opinions on Vanilla Ice, Yuri? He just stole this girl's book, like, mate. I'm serious, hip hop head. All right, let's see. So Vanilla Ice came up, I think, about 1991, right? Like 1990, 1991, right about then. Nas, I think he started coming up, I think, around the mid 90s. So he's quite some years later. And Biggie as well. I think they're quite some years later. Redman, I'm not sure when he started coming up, but I think I want to say mid 90s as well. So out of the hip hop artists who were around at the same time as Vanilla Ice, so late 80s, early 90s hip hop artists, like who was you listening to back then? Because I feel like when you go from one generation to another, it's going to be unfair for lots of different reasons, right? So if we try to look at artists who are around at that same kind of time, so I think MC Hammer was around at that same time. I can't think of any other hip hop artists who were around at the same time. Kid and Play were around at the same time. Will Smith was around at the same time. Rakim. Oh, LL Cool J, yeah. I think LL Cool J would have been coming up around about the same time as well, actually. Rakim, I'm not that familiar with, to be honest with you. Like, I ain't gonna. I know the name. I ain't gonna pretend I know his songs. I ain't the hip hop head like you, Jakes. I'm sorry. Yo, what up, Brax? Brax, baby. How you doing? I'm doing all right, Yuri. I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right indeed. Ice Ice baby, yes sir. Tropical Quest, yeah. Naughty by Nature, I think, would have been around that sort of time as well, like early 90s. Maybe a little bit later. I think actually, I think not that much, just a little bit, because I think there may be a little bit more sort of 1993. So a little Crisscross, yeah. That's got started around 87, became famous, and yeah, Naughty by Nature. Naughty by Nature was sick though. Like, I listened to some of their music recently, and I was like, yo, like, this was so, like, they were pioneers. Like, Naughty by Nature were pioneers. You know, if you listen to some of their old school albums, like, you just hear stuff that people are doing now. You know, like, they were pioneers in hip hop. Not much into hip hop personally, to be honest. That's so good. So good. Oh, this guy's in trouble. He been doing something naughty. Busta Rhymes was doing his thing, collaborating with the Tribe. Next was that player. Busta Rhymes. Remember Busta Rhymes had that big hit? Probably, I think it was around. Oh, you can hear that Mario music. Oh, maybe you can't actually hear it. Yeah, they've got the Mario music play. He's got the Nintendo one. Busta Rhymes had a big hit, I think around the mid-90s with was it Woo-Ha? I Got You All in Check. Oh, Onyx, yeah. Slam. That boys be boys. So number one. Yeah, Woo-Ha was big. But I think that was I think that was the mid-90s. If I'm remembering correct, I think that was mid-90s. I know I can look it up. I know I literally have access to the internet right, but it's not a hard thing to do. I'm trying to go by memory now. I think I want to say mid-90s for Woo-Ha. But yeah, that tune was big when that came out. That put Busta Rhymes on the map. Which motherfucker stole my flow? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. If you don't know, Two Live Crew, yeah, I know Two Live Crew. Two Live Crew were Cardi B before Cardi B was Cardi B. If you know, you know. Bust down, Divine Sounds, Houdini, Kuiper, Islam Boys, Egyptian, Boofa. They are a cool hip hop collector. So I don't believe I've heard Bofa. Sorry, I don't know if I heard of Bofa. Anybody heard of Bofa? Lil Jacob, our resident hip hop head. Have you heard of Bofa? Roots Maneuver. I know Roots Maneuver. He had that one, Witness the Fitness. Witness the Fitness. Black Twang. Lauryn Hill, my favorite female artist. Boofa. Okay, I'm saying it wrong. Boofa. DZ. Nuts. Oh, it's a joke. These nuts. Okay, Boofa, these nuts. Okay. You already know. But yeah, I know Big Daddy Kane. I'm not as familiar with his music, but I know the artist. Old school as well. Lauryn Hill's album, her solo album, Mystification, in my opinion, is just one of the greatest albums ever released, across any genre. Not just the greatest hip hop album or soul. I mean, there's quite a few genres in there, to be fair, like soul, hip hop, you know, swing, you know, there's quite a few genres in there. But across any genre, rock, whatever, like that, in my opinion, is just one of the greatest albums ever recorded. And I think part of, I think you can listen to it now for the first time and appreciate it. I don't know if you can listen to it now for the first time and fully appreciate how great the album is, because like a lot of it, I mean, if you were at the time, like if you know, were there when that got released, and what that album meant to a lot of people coming out, and the fact that it's like over 20 years later and you can listen to it and it's like it's brand new, you know, it's incredible. Like, I know a lot of people throw the word masterpiece around, but that album, in my opinion, is truly a masterpiece. Like, it is incredible. Jay's just kidding. That's so good, so good. I'll get you next time, Gadgets. investigation. Hill was the most complete album I've ever heard. It's timeless. For real, for real. Ice-T back in the 80s. Oh yeah, of course, let's not forget about Ice-T, one of the pioneers of gangster rap. Those early songs, Party People Go Off. It was in Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo. Ice-T actually came up with the line 99 Problems. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Like this line that Jay-Z uses in 99 Problems. Ice-T actually came up with that. I never was feeling Ice-T. He's an acquired taste. But yeah, he's I mean, people debate about who the first gangster rapper was, but, and I'm not gonna try and answer that question, but yeah, Ice-T was, if not the first, he was amongst the first. Feeling his former wife, Darlene. I mean, I think you mean you'd like to have been feeling his former wife. Okay. How do you remember Ice-T album covers? Very erotic. Is erotic the right word though? Because erotic kind of implies there's maybe a little bit of class to them. They were just straight sexy. Like, they were just like... I don't know if I'd use the word erotic. It was just straight up sexy. It was like, alright. That's what we're doing. That's what we do. Racy for real. Alright. Visual thinking, of course. Hey. Former wife now, so, you know, you only have a chance. Is probably a more I think I think that's yeah, that would do it. That would do it. So evaluates rap started around like that. I know once we started going each other. Man. Hey, she's in her 50s. That ship is sold. Hey, 50s ain't that old, you know. I mean, I don't know what she looks like now, but you know, all I'm gonna say is that Carol Vorderman, you know Carol Vorderman from Countdown. Carol Vorderman is like 60 something. And she ain't missed a day, you know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't missed a day. So I'm just saying, she's in her 50s. You know, she looks after herself. She might still be alright still, you know. funky lyrics. One came from blues. Makes you think like Americans are the progenitus of rap. And Carol still looks good. Carol Fordham is like 66, I think, or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's in her 60s by now. But yeah, she is. She has not missed a day. Like, that woman has not missed a single day. There you go, 62. I wanna thank you for letting me be myself. But yeah, and what I was saying about sort of late 80s, early 90s rap when Vanilla Ice was around. You know, a lot of other artists, and at least a lot of the other popular mainstream rap artists, you know, their style weren't that different to the Vanilla Ice's, you know. Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans are claiming that they invented rap. Or what's the reason behind that claim? Maybe they know something we don't. This guy pretty much just molested a girl that didn't like him, and then now she likes him. Like, bro, this movie could not be made today. You don't even care that she got a boyfriend already, just started like touching her up, grabbing her up, sticking his face in hers, and it's like, oh yeah, she likes him now. No wonder so many people my age just messed up, don't have to talk to women. It's like, flipping hell, man. This is what we had to go by. These were our role models. Oh wait, she don't like him just yet. She's gonna like him at the end of the movie though. Show you I could. I'm talking to you. This guy's coming on solo still. But she was like beating up some next man right in front of him. So, you know, maybe he has a reason to be. Hey, there's a documentary maker called Tariq. Oh yeah, I know that guy. Well, I don't know him, but I know of him. Anyway, yeah, Tariq Nasheed, who is making a documentary about Black American contribution to art form and how they created it. Yeah, I mean, Tariq Nasheed is, from what I know of him, yeah, maybe don't necessarily take everything he says as fact. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's a smart dude. I'm sure he knows what he's talking about, but at the same time, yeah, maybe don't take everything as fact. You know, he's one of those guys that, I mean, fair, you shouldn't really just take anything anybody says as complete fact without checking it anyway, just as a general rule. But certain people, you definitely want to be like, you know what, let me maybe take a few extra checks here. Yeah, maybe just a few extra double checks just to, just, you know what I mean? Just he's that guy. He's one of those guys. Yo, what up, Sam? Sam being the place to be. How is ye? How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream as we watch Cool as Ice, starring Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice has just spent the movie so far harassing this woman until she likes him. That's pretty much the plot. Vanilla Ice harassed a young woman until she liked him. Now Tariq has a bad reputation as a yeah, he's that guy. Had Mother Dearest on the phone. Ah, see. How's Mother Dearest? Or if you'd rather not say, that's cool. I get it. Warno has graced us with. Yeah. Dissed again. She's fine. Shields in my case for not going down. Going down. So what happened? Did Elliot complain to your mother about you not going down, and then she called you about it? You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's that was naughty of me. I'm sorry. This is what happens when will homeboy this. You're gonna ignore me now. Don't mind me. I'm just here looking for my next victim. Have you found him or her? More like saying. Yeah. I should probably be locked up. Well, hopefully it doesn't make me one of your next victim. Hopefully I don't just make myself a candidate for the next victim. Should probably just stop talking now, actually. Should probably just... It looks today. This dude broke into her house and just shoved an ice cube in it. Like, mate, this is... Oh, I'm looking for the... Okay, cool. I'm off the hook then. Nice, nice. My name off my head. Keep trying, man. You'll get there. This guy's been harassing this girl for the whole movie. She told him bare times she's not interested. Now he breaks into her house and just shoves ice cubes in her mouth while she's asleep and then jumps in her... Nah, man. This guy's a creep. Suspects. I'll just settle for making your life miserable. Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. That's probably worse, actually, to be honest. Actually, not to think about it. Is immune to my people at times such harm, it would seem. You need to pull up on your bicycle, Jakes. Sam likes the transporters. Just pull up on your bicycle and be like, hop on. That's what you need to do. Just ride up on your bicycle, skid up and be like, hop on. That's what you need to do. Seeing it. Some SoundCloud and swagger. You won't be able to say exactly. Exactly. Make sure you get that South London slang in there as well. Because I might let you live. Well, now you know what you need to do. Now you know what you need to do. Jacob has to decide is watching Masters is worth keeping his life for. The slang is standard, bro. You done know. Done know. Movie. Bro, I thought the doorbell was going off for a second. It's just a damn video. getting ready to go up to the door. It's like, nah, it's just the damn videos. Like, all right. Still got around to watching it. Yeah, oof. Some Dutch courage. You gotta be sober, man. Gotta make sure you experience it. At this point, Jacob is slap. You need you whip. You can do it, Jakes. I believe in you. I mean, you can't. I mean, you talk about the South London swaggers. Like, you can't be letting South boys down, man. I mean, you gotta know, like, men like Michael Myers be running scared of them South London boys. You know what I mean? South London boys have Michael Myers on the run. You can't be talking about, yeah, South London swagger and then not watch. You know what I mean? Nah, you're letting the side down, bro. You're letting the side down. Exactly. He represent the ends, fam. Man needs to represent the ends, fam. Okay, I'll watch the movie so I can see I'll be in the funny film afterwards. You know, honestly, you might be in a funny film if you watch it drunk. If you get high or drunk and watch that movie, it might actually be worse. Ice. Man's got an ice tattoo. Hey guys, so X definitely. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Definitely worth seeing, alright. So this ain't just some crappy cash grab. This is actually a good cash grab, like it's a good movie. Be much, yes, exactly. That's what you need to do. Don't keep watching that movie over and over again until it's scared of you. That's what you need to be doing. Yeah, I'm way behind the Saw movies, but yeah. So in this movie, Vanilla Ice harassed this girl, broke into her house, and now she's like, likes him. Bro, no wonder we are messed up people. Oh yeah. Saw 1 and 2. Well, that's more than I've seen, so. It's alright. So I was like, hell no. But looking forward to the whole, and I started hearing good things. It gave me a little hope, but it's actually really good. Okay. But it's, I think, hard for any kind of movie series to go that long and stay good. Like, I feel like there's very few movie series that have, let's say, 4 or more movies in them. Actually, look a bit long. Let's say 5 or more movies in them, and then be all good movies, you know. And when you get to like 10 plus movies, there's a point where you have to even ask yourself, like, is it even worth, like, why they even bothering? But it's good to hear they made a good movie. They're good to hear they made a solid film. So hopefully I can get to see that eventually, probably after I've finally watched the rest of the other Saw movies, because I'm so behind on those. Story and some gore, it delivered. Okay, it's a good combination. We'll celebrate so much. You will say, and then the chicks drooling. Cool. You need to see Saw 1 and possibly 2. Yes, or it because it's set between that time. Oh, okay. So I guess they kind of ignore a lot of the other movies then. Hey, Granny got moves. It's kind of cool. What's that space? Okay. Scene that made me look away slightly. Difficult, but you could feel it. Oof, if you know what? Somebody who watches as much horror movies, gory horror movies as Sam, and they made a scene that made Sam look away. Yo, at selling the movie right now. I'm just poking the bear as soon as you buy. Nah, it's cool. Be careful when you poke the bear though. I'm just saying, make sure you got a long stick if you're gonna poke the bear. You might need to move fast. This guy's in trouble. Poke away, Dharma. You poke away. You poke the sleeping bear enough, eventually it's gonna wake up though. Either that or it's just that gory. I don't know, man. I don't know. Finally realizing this guy's a creep. Love this old movies the guy had to put out. See if that made me look away. Gore I'm good with, but if you can feel it, nah. Pulling teeth. Alright, here's a question actually. What is the most horrific scene in a film that isn't a horror movie that you've seen? What is the most horrific scene, like whether that's gory or any kind of thing like that, the most horrific scene in a movie that isn't a horror movie? Enjoying your time at the gym? Are you doing resistance work? Are you doing cardio? Mostly cardio, but I do some weights as well. But yeah, mostly cardio. Am I enjoying it? I mean, I don't know if enjoy is the right word, but yeah, I mean, I like it. So I guess, I mean, I don't not enjoy it, if that makes sense. I don't not enjoy it, but Yeah, it's alright. It's alright, you know. His own teeth with a pair of pliers, and you hit. Ooh, no, yeah, I think I'll probably look away for that too, actually. Even just thinking about that, oof. Yeah, oof. They had a similar scene in the movie called what's it called again? Wild Things, I think it was. Where they're putting it, where the ladies putting her own teeth out, and yeah, even that was like. Alright, so Little Jacob saying Casino when Joe Pesci's character puts that dude's head. Oh yeah. I know that scene. Yeah, that's mate. I swear they must have squeezed that guy's head for real. Like the way his eyes were popping out. Oh, they looked like they were squeezing that dude's head for real. Like that weren't even acting. Like they just got a guy and they actually squeezed his head. That's what that looked like, you know. Dude's eyes were like. Nice popped out for real, for real. Hospital shows where you see real injuries. Okay, that's yeah. I mean, we're talking about real injury. That's fair. What about non-fiction? Wait, I mean, so what about fiction? Excuse me. Like fiction shows or movies that isn't a horror movie. Literally nothing I think of. All right, not fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, for me, what comes to mind is a film called Body of Evidence, and there's a scene where Leonardo DiCaprio's character, they're trying to get some information out of him or something like that, and they have his hand on a table, and it's kind of tied down to a table, and the dude gets a hammer and just smacks his hand, and yeah, yeah, that's for me like the most. That's what comes to mind for non-horror movies. Probably one of the most, if not the most horrific scene I've seen in a non-horror movie. Oh, Misery. Yeah. James Caan gets it. Yeah, hobbled. Paul Sheldon. Yeah, I'm your #1 fan. Misery is a horror, though. How will we define horror then? Because I guess Misery doesn't have, like, you know, monsters and supernatural stuff, which is fine. I don't think you necessarily need it for a horror. It also doesn't necessarily have a lot of deaths in it either. I think there's only maybe a few people that get killed in that movie. Psychological. Okay, yeah. I can see that. I can see that. Psychological horror movie. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's a mind trip. And, you know, there is definitely some violence in there too. Going on here? Can be classed as kind of horror, I guess. But Misery has psychological horror. It's without a doubt one of my favorite movies, though. No, for sure, it's a great film. Kathy Bates is brilliant in that film. The book is great too. Yeah, it's based on a Stephen King book. Oh, are they gonna hurt the kid? Yo, Big Bull. Vanilla Cool as Ice. Yes, sir. Movie night. Cool as Ice from 1992. Starring the greatest rapper of all time, Robert Van Winkle. In the book, she cuts the foot off. Oof. But I guess that's worse in terms of like. Actually, no. Is it worse? It's probably less painful. I mean, I guess I wouldn't know. And I'm not trying to find out. But I'd imagine it's less painful. Don't take the fish out the... Oh, you're going to kill it? Gotta pull it back right away. Well, an absolute stud indeed. I mean, this guy in this movie, just how much of a stud Vanilla Ice is. This guy in this movie turned up in a town, spied a girl, jumped her on his motorbike, knocked her off her horse, proceeded to harass her throughout the film. She kept telling him she's not interested. He snuck into her house while she's sleeping and forced an ice cube in her mouth and just jumped in her bed. And then it's like, oh, she likes him now. Like, that's that's the events of this movie. Vanilla Ice harassing a girl, harassing her till she liked him. These are the role models we had back in 1992. Be right back, alright. Saving Private Ryan has some crazy scenes, which is difficult to watch. So, Bull will ask the question: what is the most horrific scene in a movie that you've seen that isn't a horror movie? Okay, so the most horrific scene in a film, or the most horrific thing you've seen in a film that isn't a horror movie. That's the question I'm asking. I reckon you might have some good answers for that as an 80s, 90s fan. Uh-oh. Oh, that's gonna make him look bad. Seduction techniques definitely wouldn't be PC this day and age, no, for sure, for sure. Probably shouldn't have been PC back then either. Back with food. Ooh, what you got?
Guess who's back? Back again.
Banana milkshake. Oh, nice. Ooh, that is a treat, isn't it? Cocoa Pops with normal milk anymore. Actually, now you're talking. I mean, banana and chocolate is just an elite combination, just anyway, right? I feel like anytime you have banana and chocolate, like it's a good time. Like there's certain things that just always go well together, like in any format. Like whether you have sliced banana and chocolate, or whether you have Cocoa Pops and banana milkshake, or you know, whatever, you know what I mean? Anytime you have like banana or banana flavor and chocolate, you know what I mean? Any kind of banana and chocolate, it's a good time. You know, there's a certain things that just work regardless, and that's one of them, in my opinion. Compliment each other. Yeah, exactly. She needs a psychiatrist after he harassed her for like the whole movie. Hope so, indeed, indeed. Yeah, and I tried the Cocoa Pops and strawberry milkshake a while back, and I had the banana slices in there, and that was chocolate cookies and banana or vanilla milkshake. Yeah, gotta treat yourself, man. Treat yourself, don't cheat yourself. Oh yeah, my cheat days. How often do you do cheat days, Jakes? Because like I originally planned it as once every 2 months. Now I'm thinking 2 months might be too much. Like I feel like 2 months might be too much. So but then also I feel like 1 month every one month might be too soon. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what the right balance is. Like, so how often do you do yours? Once a week for my son. Okay. Do you, oh wait, do you have a cheat day or a cheat meal? Like, do you have like a whole day where you just like eat whatever, or is it just like maybe like one big meal that you allow yourself each week? Because once a week, if I think I could do once a week if it was just like a meal, like a good meal. That could probably be done like once every week or two, right? But yeah, if I was to do like a whole day of just like indulgence, yeah, maybe not every week. That might be that might be a bit much. But yeah, I might try that after actually. Like rather than have a day, just have like a meal, like a good meal, maybe once every couple of weeks. But not yet though. I want to get for the 2 months first. As the 2 months is not over yet, so I need to. I've committed to that. I've committed to 2 months, so I need to get to 2 months. After do that, then I can figure out what's a good interval, because 2 months, that's long, bro. It's long. I have allowed myself some mini treats here and there, like some like a biscuit here or a slice of cheesecake there, but not like a proper cheat meal type thing. Just like a little mini treat every now and then. If I take the kids to McDonald's, Sophie will dip chips in a McFlurry. Oh, Sophie knows what she's doing. I've not actually tried McFlurry, but it is an ice cream though, right? Almost reached my weight target. Once I reach my weight target, I'll reward myself with a cheat day for achievement. Okay, so where are you now and what's your weight target? Yeah, it's ice creamy. Cool. Yeah, chips and ice cream. So I might be on a similar journey to you, little Jakes. By the sounds of it, at least anyway. Doesn't really matter. This guy's trying to be all cool or whatever. Well, he's cool as ice. My fighting weight is 15 stone. I'm currently 16 and a half. Fighting weight? You a boxer? You... So you're trying to get down to 15 stone. One sec, let me see. What's 15 stone in kilograms? That's 95.2 kilograms. Okay. That lean muscle mass. I mean, my weight where I feel nimble. Oh, okay, I see. It's there and ready to go. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Wait, where I feel comfortable. No, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Yeah, so I guess I'm on a, like I said, I'm on a similar kind of journey. I'm also not too far away from my fighting weight. I'm going to use that word now. I'm currently at 80.3 kilograms, which is, what's that in stone? That's about 12, little over 12 and a half stone. And I'm trying to get down to 79. But the thing is that for me, it's less about the weight and more about the body fat, because I'm carrying, well, not, I mean, right now I'm doing okay, but I was carrying a lot of body fat. So that's what really what needs to drop down. And then of course with that, you drop the weight as well. But it's less about getting down to a body weight and more about getting the fat percentage down because it was too high. So I don't feel bad about eating now because my appetite has been terrible of late. I never feel bad about eating. You gotta treat yourself, man. It's good for your mental health. I'm gonna holler at the birds for confidence. My frame 15 stone is a good weight for me. Always had food issues. Yeah, no, for sure. I hear that. I hear that. Like even like when I was, well, even like I mean I haven't always, but I do try to stay active, and for a while I go to the gym or I go on jogs or things like that. But even while doing that, yeah, my diet wasn't. It wasn't atrocious. I don't think that's correct, but it certainly wasn't as good as it should have been, you know. And I was still eating more than I should be. And so in recent months, like since late August, I've been kind of watching what I eat a bit more, and being mindful of how much I eat in a day and how many calories I burn in a day, and that sort of thing. Like looking at how many calories I take in and how many calories that go out. So I've been doing that to kind of monitor my eating habits to make sure I'm not just eating too much and just not eating for the sake of eating, because yeah, that was a bad habit I had, or have. Really, habits don't just disappear because you stop. You need to stay consistent. I eat a lot, I feel so guilty. But you got to treat yourself. That's the thing. That's why it could be hard when you don't plan your cheat days, because when you don't plan them, you might just end up binging and not even realize. Tend to skip meals, which I know isn't healthy. Yeah, I've been on one meal a day for a while. Even when I went to the cinema, I bought snacks and hardly ate anything. But today I'm feeling hungry more. It was probably because you've been eating one meal a day. So yeah, it's all catching up, and now you gotta eat a bit more. But I guess it balances it all out though. If you have like 3-4 days where you're not eating much and one day where you eat a bit more, then it kind of balances out, right? I'm OUT out. Man, this film, I've not seen it for a while, but bruh. The memories though. That was Naomi Campbell is top billed in a movie that she's barely in. Imagine having the top billing of a movie that you're barely in. You even credited it above the star of the film. That's mad. I think by now Naomi Campbell's probably embarrassed she's in this film. But yeah, you can't change history. But yeah, that was Cool as Ice from 1992, the classic movie starring the hip hop superstar that was Vanilla Ice. And mate, boy, this film could not be made today. That was crazy, and with good reason. You know, the way that my man just violated this girl throughout the whole film, bruh. But hey. That's a representative of the fact that this wasn't an issue back when it was made, is representative of people's attitudes back then. So what can you say, we're all part of the problem. But yeah, that was Cool as Ice. Let me switch over to this screen and chat to y'all for a little bit. We wind down or get ready to wind down. Day apparently doesn't work. You know, I feel like it can work, but it just depends on how you do it, you know, and how, I mean, because there's people who do like intermittent fasting where they'll literally eat 1 or 2 meals between, you know, they'll eat between certain times, like between say 8 and 10 for example, and then they won't eat anything throughout the rest of the day. And you know, so that is a thing that people do to with for weight management or various other reasons. So yeah, 1 meal a day could work, but it depends on what exactly you're eating. Like if your 1 meal is a Tic Tac, then yeah, you're probably not going to last very long. You know what I mean? If your 1 meal is a Tic Tac and a salad leaf, then yeah, you're probably not going to last very long. But if you have a relatively decent meal and do that once a day, then yeah, you know, it could work. But you got to make sure you're getting all your nutrients though, like all your fibers, your proteins, you know, all of that. On the other day for a while, even when I went to some to make it before this tomorrow, I got a medium meal. Couldn't finish that. That was annoying. Oof. Hopefully Elle finished it for you though, otherwise that's just wasted. If you eat 1 meal a day, the body actually panics and stores. Only 1 meal to lose weight, ridiculous. Just the way I am. I either eat too much or not enough. My human is similar to yours. Yeah, I feel stuff. Yeah. Be cool, stay in school. Yeah. Do you use any fitness trackers, Jacob? Because I've been using the Fitbit for a few. Well, I've had this watch for a month. I think I started using the app maybe a few weeks prior to it though. But yeah, I've been using the Fitbit for a little while now, and definitely not essential, right? Definitely not essential, but can't knock it too much. Now it comes in handy. Like it's very useful. I find it's very, very useful, especially for tracking your calories, like tracking your calories out. Very useful for that. And then once you know what you're putting out, and then you could kind of monitor what you're putting in, and you have a better understanding of how much you're eating, and also you can have a better understanding of when you can allow yourself a little treat, you know, because on days like this, for example, where I've outputted a lot more than usual, I can maybe allow myself a little treat, you know, and that sort of thing. So yeah, I definitely recommend these. They have their quirks, right? Definitely have their quirks, but overall, I do find these very useful for whether it's weight management, weight loss, or even like muscle gain. Like these are very useful to have. So yeah, I should get Fitbit to sponsor me. Really, giving out free advertisement. Nah. Oh, you got an Apple Watch. Okay, cool. The Apple Watch, I believe, syncs. What's the word? Connects to the Nike Run app, and the Nike Run app is really good. Actually, I do use a Nike Run app. I use it to. I use that. That's what I use to track my runs, or my outdoor runs. But yeah, it doesn't sync up to the Fitbit, so that kind of sucks. But if you've got the Apple Watch, then you can use it with the Nike Run app, and then you can just have more data on it, which is pretty cool. Fine, if I'm up really early in the morning, like 5:30, I'll eat better. Well, eat better as in eating more, or just like better in terms of like just better food, like better quality foods? Nice. This is I don't know if you can see it too well. It might be too bright actually. But this is my progress for the day. There we go. So far I've output 3,488 calories. I've made 15,297 steps. I've consumed 1,851 calories, and that's my current weight, 80.3 kilograms. And I've just drank 1,500 milliliters of water. And I did that all on 4 hours and 9 minutes sleep. That's all my activities. That's my equivalent distance. Heart rate currently at 58 beats per minute. And my body temperature was at plus 0.5 degrees Celsius. So yeah, it tracks a lot. It tracks a lot. With you guys, I'm currently on a 2-day fast. Okay, literally ain't nothing for 2 days. I'm planning on eating a well-deserved cheat meal tomorrow. Nice. I'm literally functioning on 0 food for 2 days. But is that no food, no water, or just no food? What's the shit's ton away? I mean, yeah. I mean, doing stuff like that can be a good way to lose weight pretty quickly. But yeah, you definitely gotta be careful with it though, because you have to remember that you do need to eat. Like, there's only so long the human body can survive without food. I think it's about. Actually, I think you could survive about 3 weeks without food, but you definitely gonna need water within about 4 days. Like the longest you can survive without food, I think it's quite long actually. I mean, let me just double check that. And I think with water, the longest you can go is about 4 or 5 days. Let me see here. How long can you live without food? How long human beings can go without food is an open question. Estimates indicate that starving people become weak in 30 to 50 days and die within 43 to 70 days. So yeah, about 2 months you can go without food approximately. How long can you go without water? Now that I believe is just a few days. Let's see here. Around 3 days, yeah. Around 3 days. So yeah, 2 days is pushing it. 2 days is pushing it if you're not having any water. General consensus that people can survive for around 3 days without water, with estimates typically ranging from 2 days to a week. Ranging from 2 days to a week. So yeah, you might want to have some water because 2 days is pushing it. Wilderness guides often refer to rule of three, which is that a person can live for 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. Couldn't do 0 food. I need that 1 meal exactly. You need to reset that clock every time. Gotta reset that clock. That 30 to 50 day clock. Yeah, you need to reset that. Speaking of hunger pains, it's not for everyone. No food or fluid. That doesn't sound healthy, old Jacob. The weight loss results for me is gratifying. I can't lie. Doesn't trust me tomorrow morning. I'll make up for it with achievement. Well, hopefully you wake up tomorrow morning, because bruh, that was it the 2 days you said, that is pushing it. That is pushing it. Especially if it was like no food but you was having water, then yeah, you'd probably be fine. But no food or water, you are pushing it, bro. I remember water doesn't have any calories, so you can drink water. You know, you can drink water and not gain weight because there's no calories in water. But you have to remember, your body is like 70% water, like 60-70% water. So you need to replenish that on a pretty regular basis. Haagen Dazs, oh, that's nice though. Lasagna chips and a banana milkshake. Yeah, future at least drink water. So how long have you been without food so far? So you say you're going tomorrow, so this is the last day, right? But do you have like a particular time that it stops, like a specific time of the day where it stops? Or is it just the morning? But yeah, I mean, fasting can be a good way to realign health. There's a lot of health benefits from fasting that you can get, but yeah, just gotta be careful how you do it, you know. Because one of the things that fasting does is that it allows your body to kind of reset a little bit as well, and to kind of maybe flush out anything and any toxins or anything that might be lingering around. Like fasting can help to kind of help get rid of that sort of stuff. But yeah, just gotta be careful that you're not doing something too extreme, because that can be dangerous. Give myself to 6 a.m. then I eat. Okay, cool. Well, hopefully it's cool. Hopefully. I want you to die in your sleep, and I'm wearing you. Indeed, I second that, man. Or at least like a sip of water, a cup of water or something, man. Alright, here's a question for everybody. And Jacob might have already answered this one already, actually. But what is the very longest time you have gone without food or water, or food or drink, any kind of liquids? The longest time you have gone without any food or liquids, any food or drink. For myself, I believe it's around 25 hours. Around 25 hours. I'm not sure if I made it to 25 hours, but I know it was, I'm pretty sure it was more than 20. I'm pretty confident it was definitely more than 24. But I'm not sure if it actually got up to 25, but somewhere around 20, well, let's say 24, let's say at least 24 hours, I've gone without food or drink. Jacob's done 3 days, you know, raw. That's hardcore, bro. I ain't joking. Oof, for real. Dude, I'll slap you. Get that water. Well, you know what's coming. That's it. That's it. Stay hydrated, people. Stay hydrated. I've gone 3 or 4 days without food when I was young, but when I was a teenager. That was like 10 years ago. 3 or 4 days without food, mate. That's crazy, bro. I did 24 hours once, and it wasn't even like deliberate. I just so happened. Actually, that's not true. That's not true. The first time it happened, it wasn't deliberate. The second time, I did make a conscious decision to go without food for 24 hours. But yeah, the first time it happened, it just happened where I just realized that I hadn't eaten anything since like whatever time. I thought, you know what? Let me just go a little bit longer, and that was that. But yeah, 2 days, bruh. I'm not trying to do that. 3 days, hell no. Nuh-uh. I'm not trying to do that. Stretch to 4 out of push. Well, maybe don't try that. You know, we're not young men no more. Remember that, yeah. We're not young men no more. Our bodies don't respond to things the way it used to. You know, our metabolism doesn't work the way it used to. Our healing, we used to heal like Wolverine. You know, back in the day, we used to have that Wolverine healing factor back in the day. Now we're more like Logan. You know what I mean? Like you gotta be careful now, man. You gotta be careful. I was going through stuff and just really happy, so I didn't eat. Yeah, for sure, man. That's what happens when you get older, man. When you start getting into your 30s and your 40s and things start slowing down, and that's why it's so, I mean, it's important to be, of course, it's important to take care of your health anyway, right? But certainly as you start getting into your mid 30s and older, it's even more important to just like be very mindful of what you're eating, how much you're eating, what kind of exercises you're doing, and, you know, because like you naturally, no matter, it's not even about how healthy you are, it's just you naturally slow down, things slow down, and there's things you can do to slow that down, but you can never really stop it. So it's just like you gotta make different choices. That's it. You could always treat yourself, you know, but you gotta make different choices, and in how often you treat yourself and what you're doing in the meantime. I like having a young man watch full stomach. Yeah, man. Them abs. That is hideous to me. But yeah, you gotta watch that. Gotta watch that. Cardio is any sort of cardio exercise, especially things like running, are really good ways of burning a lot of calories in a short amount of time. But you definitely don't want to ignore weighted exercises, because the more your muscles are used, the more calories your body burns during its rest periods, right? And also things like high impact intensity workouts are good as well, because you won't always burn a lot of calories in the moment, but it would boost your metabolism throughout the next like 3-4 days maybe, where your body's now using up more calories for the rest of the day, and those all help to like increase your calorie output. And yeah, if you're controlling your calorie input, then yeah, it could just bring your weight down. I mean, that's the simplified version of it. Calories in versus calories out. Of course, there's other things to consider as well, like certain types of fats, and certain sugars, and not having too much fats or sugars and stuff like that as well. But generally sticking to lower calories in versus high calories out, and then yeah, you get that fat around your belly gone. Then your six-pack starts showing a bit more. But the biggest thing, and this is for me, maybe it doesn't apply to you or anybody else, but one of the biggest things I think for me is not focusing on how you look, right? Not focusing on things like six packs and muscles and stuff like that, because that's all nice and great, whatever, but that can't be the goal. You know, that can't be the goal. Just for me, that can't be the goal. Just because, like, I feel like, I mean, I don't really walk on a shelf anyway, so it's like whatever. But to me, it just feels like everything you do has to serve a purpose, right? Everything you do has to serve a purpose. So it's like, okay, being healthy, you know, being fitter, being more active, what is that purpose? You know, what am I doing with this health? What am I doing with this extra energy? What am I doing with this? It has to serve a purpose. There has to be a point to it, you know. And outside of impressing girls or whatever, you know, muscles for me don't serve a purpose. And when it comes down to it, like, I mean, as much as, you know, I ain't gonna lie, like, of course, everyone also likes to look good or whatever, and everyone likes to get that attention. But when it comes down to it, like, I'm not really looking for someone who's looking for an aesthetic. So it's not something I could focus on. It's not something I feel like I want to focus on. For me, it has to be on, what are you gaining out of this, and then what are you doing with that? You know, it has to be, you have to be useful. Have to be useful, because I see bare people who will be like, you know, they'll be in the gym getting big muscles, you know, lifting these big heavy weights, but they never help around the house. You know what I mean? They never, you know, they never like, you know, whether it's the housework or you know, bringing shopping, you know what I mean? They never want to help out with things like that. So it's like, what are you doing this for? Like, what is the purpose of gaining all this strength and being able to lift all these big weights, and then it never actually use it for anything? So for me, I feel like looking at the aesthetic cannot be the goal for me. It has to be like, what are you doing with this? How am I being useful with this? You know. But yeah. Are you trying to pop us from? Oh no, not yet. That's not for a little while yet. That's not till the 28th. The Popeyes is not till the 28th. I've got my planned cheat day on the 28th, so not till then. I was just looking at stuff to prepare myself, but yeah, that's not till the 28th. She didn't put impression on me, to be fair. Oh wait, I'm only seeing a younger woman, so I feel the pressure to maintain a younger youthful parents. She isn't putting pressure on me. Oh, she isn't, okay. Make sure she likes you for you, though. That's the most important thing. Make sure she likes you for you. I mean, it's good to be fit. It's good to, I mean, like I said, we all want to look good and all that. But at the end of the day, she has to like you for you. Otherwise, it's just stress. It's just stress. Elliot is bigger. He has been bigger and smaller, and it honestly doesn't bother me what his weight is. Well, he is. Yeah, and what matters is that he's the person you like. Or, you know, at least, you know, reminds you of the person you liked. Like, it's just stress. Like, when somebody doesn't like you and they only like how you make them look, or they only like what you do for them, it's stress. Like, it's actually just stress, you know, because the moment you don't do that thing anymore, the moment you can't fulfill that specific thing for them anymore, now you got to worry about that, you know. Now you got to worry about, oh, you got to look at this certain way, or now you got to do this certain thing, or that's why I can't be interested in all these girls that just care about, like, you know, wanting a guy that can buy them stuff. It's like, nah, that's stress. That's stress. Like, what happens if the day comes where I can't buy you stuff? Now I've got to stress myself out about that. You know, I lose my job and I lose my girl. Like, that's stress, bro. Like, I don't need that. I don't need that. Like, if she doesn't like you for you, like, nah, bun that, man, bun that. So yeah, make sure she likes you for you and you like her for her. But then again, I don't know. I'm saying that based on my experiences, of course. Like, you know what you're looking for in a woman, and you know what's important to you in a woman. So don't take my advice if it don't mean nothing to you. You know what I mean? If my advice don't mean nothing to you, then it's cool. I get that. I ain't mad at that. But I'm really just talking from how I see things and type of things that I just wouldn't want the stress of having to look a certain way to stay with somebody. It's like, nah. I mean, I want to be healthy, of course, and I want to be fit and, you know, all that, and have good health, but the stress of having to look a certain way just to keep somebody in my life is like, nah, that's too much. I ain't trying to do that. I ain't trying to do that. Yeah, that's really skin deep indeed. Person being exterior. You went there last week. No, I haven't been there yet. I'm not going till the 28th. I'm not going, so not for another couple of weeks. Not for another few weeks. Let's see what else wants to join again. Well, little Jakes, you might be in for a treat for yourself. Maybe for your cheat day, you might want to check one out, because there's a few in London. There's one in Acton. There's one in, I think, Westfields in Stratford, and there's one in Woolwich. There's probably others as well, but those are ones that I know of. So yeah, there's a few Popeyes in London now. They've been there for a little while too. So you might want to get your fried chicken on. Indeed, it's gotta be real, man. It's gotta be real. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot you don't eat meat now. So yeah, never mind. Never mind. I forgot you don't eat meat no more. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, so yeah, maybe don't look out. Actually, I don't know, man. They probably got some vegetarian dishes, actually. So maybe. In fact, yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw some vegan stuff on it as well. So yeah, mate, yeah. You can still check them out still. Oh yeah, no, I think that's true. I think that's fair. It's like when you meet someone, all you have to go on is their looks. When you meet them for the first time, right, you know nothing about them. So literally all you have is that initial attraction of how they look. And so yeah, I get that. But yeah, that can't be the only thing. And sometimes you meet somebody, I don't know if this ever happened to you, but sometimes you meet somebody who you're not necessarily attracted to right away, but after you get to know them for a little bit, the attraction kind of kicks in then, you know? And that could be pretty cool too. When I was a carnivorous. I've not heard before. Yeah, that's like transgender people. There was a her before. Mate, I wish that was my joke, but it's not. I can't take credit for that, but that was a good joke. I heard it on the on like on an Instagram video or something. But yeah, that was a good joke. It was a Herbie 4. Yeah, it's probably like one or two things. Like, you know, like these like chicken shops, they have like one vegetable burger or something like that, and be like, yeah, that's our veggie range, and that's it. You know, they got one veggie burger, and be like, yeah, we serve vegetarians here. All you got is that one option, veggie burger and chips, and that's it. Is that right? He's going for his comedy routine. Hey, you know what though? I mean, that wasn't my joke, but I reckon I did have some good jokes when I was doing stand-up comedy. Like, you know, I think back at some of the jokes I come up with. Like, I had some good ones. Never say never. I haven't done stand-up comedy for a while, and I don't have any plans to anytime soon. But you know, never say never. Never say never. One of these days I might have to jump back on there, see what I got, but yeah, for now I'm good. I'll tell you my favorite joke actually. I think I've said this before, but so some of you might have heard this. I think some of you might have heard this. I feel like some of you, at least, I feel like at least some of you have heard this joke before. But anyway, I'm pretty sure some of you haven't. So let me tell you one of my favorite jokes back when I was doing comedy. For those who haven't heard this before, here you go. So yeah, I was a massive Bill Cosby fan as a kid, right? Massive Bill Cosby fan. I used to watch the Cosby Show and just in awe of this guy. And I can remember watching the Cosby Show and just thinking to myself, man, I wish he was my dad, right? I wish Bill Cosby was my dad. But now, all these years later, after everything that's happened and all the horrible things he's done, I look at Bill Cosby now and I just think to myself, maybe he is. I think Haze brand of comedy was more observational, I think. A little bit, but well, I guess it depends on the day, but yeah. Appreciate you, Sam. Appreciate you. But yeah, not gonna stand up for a little while, man. So good. I mean, it was fun while I was doing it. It was fun while I was doing it. Like I say, never say never, but I learned a few things whilst doing it, and that's always a good thing. It's always a good thing. But yeah, I feel like my style of comedy, my style of humor rather, is better suited to the videos that I make on the movie channel. That's how I kind of feel about it. So I say never, but you know, I do still have a comedy outlet in the videos that I make over there. So that's something at least, you know. I can see it, to be fair. Mate, may have to do one of the DNA checks or something. Some DNA tests. Yeah, man. But hey, anything's possible, I suppose. Anything's possible. James Evans Sr. in Good Time was a real one. Okay. Good Times. That's an old show, wasn't it? Like it was a sitcom show. No, it's not. Both like it's because we're both pervs. So I wasn't even thinking you meant because we're both black, by the way. But now that you mentioned it, I'm like, maybe I should give Sam the side eye. you didn't have to say that, but the fact that you felt that you need to say that, I'm like, side eye. Both pervs, you know, raw. I think Bill Cosby is like elite level perv though, isn't he? Though, like, I'm amateur compared to Bill Cosby. Like, I'm probably like less than amateur. Like, Bill Cosby is like, you know what I mean, like Super Saiyan perv. You know, he's like up there. Bill Cosby's like the Goku of pervs. You know what I mean? He's just up there. Fred Sanford and on the Esther roasts. Oh man. Racism is showing. Bill would have started out as a small-time perv. Yeah, I guess that's true. So I guess I've got what? How old is Bill Cosby? Like 40? No, 80. He's in his 80s, right? 80, maybe pushing 90. So I've got over 40 to 50 years to catch up, I guess. Hopefully I don't. I ain't trying to be that level. I'm okay with my level of perversion. You know, I feel like I'm at a decent level of perversion right now, so I don't need to. I don't need to transgress this. So hopefully I don't catch up. I don't know about my father, but it probably made my granddad proud, actually. Like, it would probably make my granddad proud. Like, my granddad was married to, I think, 3 women at the same time. Right. My granddad on my mum's side was married to 3 women at the same time. So yeah, I think that would make him proud. It was 3 women then. Might be 4 actually. I might have to double check. But it was definitely it's more than 2. I'm sure it was more than 2. Made pasta dish with sausage, shrimp, chicken, and red, yellow, green peppers over the weekend. Ah, nice. Peppers and all that. Just told my great grandmother on my father's side was a hoe, basically. Okay, damn. Maybe they meant hoe as in like hoeing, you know, the garden. Like, you know, you get like the garden hoe, she hoes the garden. That's probably what they meant. Yeah, that's what they meant. That's what they meant. One wife cooking, one wife cleaning, one wife a childbearing. Kinda actually. I mean, it's probably not too far from the truth. Like, I think if I remember correctly, and it was a while ago, but. Yeah, like I know one of the wives didn't have kids. I think 2 or 3 of them did. But yeah, that's kind of. That's yeah. That's how it was back then. Yeah. Gave away, okay. So you could have relatives that you just don't know about then. Like by now, you could have a bunch of relatives that you don't even know they're related to you. Man, that's crazy. So imagine like you meet the girl of your dreams. It turns out she's like your cousin. Like that's mad. Imagine that. That's like a real thing that could happen though, isn't it? Like you could meet somebody, fall in love, be like, man, it's the perfect woman for me. And then find out later that, you know, like your second cousin twice. You know what I mean? Like, man. Like a half sister or something, you know, like that. Bruh, that's a real possibility. That's mad, bro. Listen, all I'm gonna say is that anytime when you meet a woman and you want to get serious, get that blood test done. Bro, get that blood test, that DNA test, get that all done just to be sure before you have any kids. Get that blood test done because, bruh, don't want to take that risk. Kids coming out with webbed feet. Like, mate, scratch your head like, how did that happen? Your kids like barking like, what's that one? Them boys in a wrong turn. Like, yeah, you don't. Kids coming out like that. This bitch was the current subject. Okay. Wow. I was told, and yeah, that's how it is. My son, how the guy is my cousin. I didn't know. Never seen him. I'll go in there and find out Jake was my brother. Hey, that could happen though. That could happen. Yeah, we're just talking about the possibility of accidental incest, Jacob. Just in case you didn't catch the drift of the conversation, yeah, the possibility of accidental incest is what we're talking about. But you know what, Brax, the other day you were talking about wanting to meet a woman outside your country. Now I'm thinking that's a very good idea, actually. Now I'm thinking that is actually a very good idea. Yeah, get your passport and leave the country before you meet a woman because, bruh, just in case. Just in case, yeah. Fly to another country and meet a woman there. That's probably the best idea now that I'm thinking about it, actually. Do that. Very happy with I get to kick your ass. Trying to hide. Secret. Yeah, indeed, man. Just like, well, apparently it wasn't a secret, but yeah. We have an extended fan on both sides. They just play wrestling. That's what siblings do. Play wrestling. Get that RKO out of nowhere. Oh, man, you guys are a riot. You guys are an absolute riot. Theory people. That's a good. Yeah, you gotta look at the bright side, right? Always look on the bright side of life is what they say. Yeah, yeah. Don't want to get hit. Get that running. Scrappy happy do. There is steady. There is coming in a few weeks. Runs from 26 for a good 12. It's very nice. Always good to have free parking. Tomboy or girly girl? I'm gonna guess Sam was probably somewhere in between. I'm gonna guess Sam was somewhere in between, like not quite a tomboy, but not quite girly girl either. Also, in the goth emo phase, I hate everything. really about avoiding fire. Because, I mean, you don't want to be a goth to a flame. Alright, that was lame, but still, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Like a goth to a flame. So I used to know this cookies that he used to eat raw meat. Oh, allow that. Allow that. Drinking blood. Oof. Yeesh. Allow that. This is my son from Expeditiously. Well, he was trying to drink blood. It's like, yeah, maybe you're afraid like if you get a paper cut around, he's gonna start looking at you funny. Man starts licking his lips. It's a bit. Yeah, at the dinner table, when you bite your tongue or something. It's like, it's a bit my tongue. Man starts looking at you like, oh, really? But yeah. I like the clothes, the makeup, the music. Still listening to the music I just did. But I felt like I'm trying to fit it. I'm just me. Here's the say I lost some of the details with the queens. Delete. Yeah. That's a lot of the thing about when you're young, you're trying to find yourself and you don't always know where you belong, but sometimes you just know where you don't belong. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of gravitate towards people who have that kind of similar feeling of, you know, not fitting in. Like overnight, this dude changed. Oosh. That's interesting though. Like speaking about losing people's contacts, I don't think I ever delete contacts. Like I'm sure I have done in the past, but it's rare that I delete contacts. Like I looked for my contact list the other day, and I'm like, there's people in there that I'm sure I don't even know. You know, like maybe I met them once or something, and they gave me their number, and now it's like their number's in my phone because it's in my contact list. I'm like, I should probably just delete a bunch of people. Like I barely call anybody. There's so many numbers in there. It's like I should just delete a bunch of these. Like I don't know most of these people, and the ones I do know, it's like I'm not sure if I like some of them. So like, why am I keeping their numbers? I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. It's not like there's limited space or anything. You don't have to really think about it. But yeah, I should probably just delete it just for the sake of just for the sake of neatness. Fascination with vampires. My people now, we are all a little fucked. Well, ain't that true? Ain't that the truth? Oh, it's interesting, McCall. Well, indeed, ain't that the truth? All a little messed up. And if you ain't a little messed up, maybe you just don't realize you're messed up. You know what I mean? to be. Alright. What's the time actually? 10:41. Yeah, I'm probably gonna start wrapping that, winding down soon. Just chat for just a little bit more. Do you believe it's warm in October? Yeah, it's been quite warm, hasn't it? But to be fair, it's only been what, a week and a few days, so you know, maybe we'll see. Maybe it cools down. I think the seasons are just messed up though, aren't they? Like the seasons aren't what they used to be. Like I'm sure the seasons have shifted. They've shifted. Like I'm not sure when, but I feel like the seasons have shifted. You know, and it kind of makes sense when you think about it because the calendar was never really that accurate anyway. So it makes sense that the seasons would shift. It makes sense that summer is not when summer is normally. Like it makes sense to me. Like so, but yeah, I believe I feel like the seasons have shifted. Still kind of t-shirt, whatever kind of. It's always hooded sweaters for me though. I don't care any time of the year, it's hooded sweaters for me. It's hoodies all summer, as far as I'm concerned. It's always hoodies for me. I was hoodies all summer before hoodies all summer was hoodies all summer. Put it this way, I've been in one, I won't say major accident, that's not accurate, but one pretty serious accident, and it involved a white van driver, so there is that, where the dude crashed his van into my car. He tried to overtake me. Well, he did overtake me, but when he overtook me, he turned too early. Like rather than going further along before he turned into the lane, he overtook me and then turned into my car and ended up hitting the front of my car. And he tried to blame me for it, right? Because of course it's my fault that he's driving like a dickhead, right? But I was like, you know, I'm not arguing with you. Let's just exchange insurance details. So we did, and then insurance came back saying that, yeah, of course it's this guy's fault. Come on. Plus, I had like video footage of a dash cam in my car. So I had video footage that I just sent to them, and they were like, yeah, this is very clear. This guy was driving like a dickhead, so you know, his insurance paid for it. But yeah, I mean, I see a lot of, to be fair, I see a lot of people, whether they're van drivers or otherwise, moving mad, and I'm never going to claim that I'm the best driver. I know I've done some mad things on the road too, so I'm not even trying to pretend otherwise. But yeah, doing the work that I do and being on the road as much as I am, I definitely do see a lot of mad things on the road. So yeah, and it would be pretty fair to say a reasonable number of them involve white van drivers. So yeah, there is that. There is that. By the way, when I say white van drivers, I'm talking about the van being white, not the driver being white. So that's not my racism showing through. used to be a driver's assistant. I delivered metro papers at the early hours of the morning in a white van, and I can't lie, it was like a white knuckle ride off. Was it like then? Did you have to like? Did you have to like get things delivered by a certain time, but they didn't give you a lot of time to do it? Was it that kind of thing where you're constantly like in a rush because they're not really giving you enough time to do the job properly? Is that sort of thing, or is it just, you know, it is? 2 a.m. in the morning in a white van. It was like Formula One. Deadlines. I used to do motorcycle deliveries. I used to be a motorcycle courier, and so making deliveries on a motorcycle. And one of the things I noticed about the things that they would say is that, of course, they'll tell you things like, you know, drive within the speed limits, drive within, you know, road traffic laws. They tell you that, right? Because of course that's what they're supposed to say. They're never going to tell you. They're never going to tell you to break the speed limit, right? Because that's clearly the wrong thing to say. So they wouldn't say that, but what they would do is, yeah, deadlines, and they'll give you the most ridiculous deadlines, where you got to deliver something that's, you know, say 20 minutes away, but you've got 15 minutes to do it. And it wouldn't be your fault because you only move when they tell you to move, because that's kind of part of the job. You know, you go somewhere where they tell you to go, you wait when they tell you to wait, and then you move when they tell you to move. And they'll have something that's supposed to be delivered by 9 o'clock. You're 20 minutes away, and they'll wait till about 8:45 and be like, oh yeah, now move to this place. And then of course you end up being late, and then they start blaming you for it. Like, how is it my fault? You know what I mean? But they will constantly do that. And I refused to drive over the speed limit, but plenty of people did. Like, you probably saw this on the road as well. Like you said, it's a white knuckle ride, so you probably saw plenty of other people like bike couriers just driving mad because like they gotta get there fast, gotta get it fast. And I'm just like, I'm not doing that. I'm not driving like a dickhead on the road. I mean, don't get me wrong, as I said, I've driven like a dickhead plenty of times, but I'm not doing it for no job. I ain't doing it for no job. You know, drive like a madman on the road just because you can't let me go when it's appropriate to go, and wait until I've only got 15 minutes to get someone that's 20 minutes away, and then you can try, and you're just gonna come blame me for it. And of course, if I crash, they take no responsibility for any of that. So it's like, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself in this kind of danger for people who aren't going to take responsibility for the consequences of it? So it's like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm not living like that. So yeah, I did that for a little while, but not very long, because places like that just take the absolute piss. They take the absolute piss, and it's like, I'm just not doing this. Not at all. We got paid from 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. But we wanted to finish as early as possible. Try and get home, get some sleep. But at 2 a.m. is completely different to the day. The things really do come out at night, no joke. Oh yeah. I can't even tell you some of the scenes I've seen at early hours. Nah, for sure. I've done them wee hours at times. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've done them wee hours. Them small hours, I've done them a few times. So yeah, I know. But yeah, man, I think a lot of these places just need to give more reasonable deadlines, because the way people can move on the road sometimes, it's just nonsense. It's just nonsense. Like, there's no need to be driving like that. You're putting your life in danger. You know, you're putting your life in danger, putting other people's lives in danger. Something dropped. Alright, speaking of driving like a dickhead, yeah, let me tell you something I did not too long ago. And I'll tell you right now, it was petty. Like, I'm not even going to try and pretend I did the right things. I know that I didn't. It was petty. But if I'm being completely honest, I don't regret it. So, let me tell you what happened, yeah? I'm driving on this road. And the road normally was a 30-mile-an-hour road. But I guess they recently reduced it down to 20 miles an hour. So I started seeing these signs saying 20 miles. So initially I was doing 30 because I'm used to doing 30 on this road. But then I started seeing a sign saying 20 miles an hour, right? 20 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour. So I'm like, all right, I better slow down then. So I start slowing down to 20. And the guy behind me is staying at 30, right? And like, he's kind of speeding up, he's beeping at me, this sorts of thing. And I'm just like, you know, I'm staying at 20. I'm staying at 20. I'm not breaking the speed limit for this guy. Like, and he's flashing his lights, doing all this kind of thing. But I'm like, I'm staying at 20, I'm staying at 20. Now, eventually, this guy, so like, it's, you know, 2 lanes, right? One going this way, one going that way, you know, like 2-way traffic on this road. Eventually, this guy moves to the other side of the road, yeah, the oncoming side, and speeds up to try to overtake me. Now, I see him do that. So what I do is speed up as well, so that he's alongside me the whole way through. And he's on the oncoming side, so he's got cars coming towards him now, right? and I'm matching his speed at this point. So eventually he has to slow down and get back behind me before he crashes. And then we get to like the lights, the traffic lights that turn red, and he pulls up alongside me, and he pulls the window. And he goes, "What the fuck is your problem? What the fuck is your problem? What are you doing?" And I'm just like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Why are you driving like that? What are you?" And I was like, "Well, why are you driving like that?" And look, like I said, I know it's petty. I'm not encouraging anybody actually do that. It's petty and stupid, quite frankly. But you know what? I don't regret it. I acknowledge that it was petty. I acknowledge that 2 wrongs do not make a right. You know, I acknowledge all of that. I acknowledge that it's not the right thing to do. But I do not regret it. Do not feel bad about it at all. So yeah, there's my admission of pettiness. Sometimes petty isn't exactly. Road rage is something I can't stand. No, for sure. I mean, to be honest, normally I don't really bother these guys. Like, I just let them do whatever because I don't want to get involved with that sort of thing. But I don't know. I don't know what happened to. I guess I was just feeling petty that day. I guess I was just feeling real petty that day. And I thought, you know what? Let me speed up. He's trying to overtake me. Let me speed up. Some people, yeah, for sure. No, I've definitely seen that. Definitely seen that. Okay, so with Elliot sometimes. Sometimes you can't always be the bigger person, you know. You can't always be the bigger person. Sometimes when they go low, you go lower, you know. And if they go lower than that, then you drag them to hell. Sometimes, not all the time, but every now and then, you just get the pettiness out. Yeah, man. I try not to do that though, because it's not good. And it is dangerous, you know. So yeah, I don't encourage that at all. I did have, speaking of that though, I did have my old man phase recently as well, where there's a cycle path, or a walk path slash cycle path near where I live. And it's kind of a nice walk actually to go along that I like to use from time to time. But it's a walk path or a cycle path, so you can't have motor vehicles on it outside of like authorized vehicles if they need to do maintenance and that sort of thing. But you can't ride, like you can't just drive your car on it, you can't ride your motorbike on it and things like that. That being said, as you might imagine, some people do ride their mopeds along it, and you do see like crashed mopeds from time to time, just like burnt up on the side that they had to leave somewhere because like, yeah, they crashed and it blew up. Well, I saw these like, I was walking along it the other day, and these two kids on a moped just come whizzing up behind me, like just literally just like from behind me like that. So it kind of took me by, you know, like that, because I'm just like, that's right. And then as I was cycling, and as I'm cycling a bit further along, I see them as I'm catching up to them, and they just kind of stops, talks to each other, whatever. And yeah, I had my old man moment. I was like, yo, you need to get off the cycle path. And I was actually telling them off, like, you know, this is stupid, it's dangerous. You know, you could hurt somebody, you know. And this boy said to me, he goes, but you're on an electric bike. Are you even insured for that? That's what he said to me. He asked me if I was insured for my electric bike. I'm like, first of all, I don't need to be insured for an electric bike. But secondly, are you insured? You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm pretty sure you're not riding your moped on a cycle path. I'm pretty sure you are not insured. Like, you don't get to talk to me about insurance right now. Like, no, get off the cycle path. It's dangerous. It's stupid. You could hurt somebody. You could hurt yourself. So yeah, that's my old man moment. Damn kids. But it is stupid and dangerous though. You can't be riding your moped on a cycle path. Like, it's not a good idea. People that are normally mild-mannered and unassuming. Normally the moment they're behind a wheel. Oof, yeah, I've seen that. Yep. It's I'm not sure. It's a Corsair. No, Corsair. They make bloody computer parts. I don't know. It's a I got it from Halfords. I got it from Halfords, and it begins with a C. Crosshair? No, I don't know. It's grey or dark grey. Got it from Halfords a few years ago. No, when I get it from Halfords, I got it. I think about 4 years ago. So yeah, 4 or 5 years ago. I think I got it. I got it at a time when I was doing food deliveries. I was doing like Uber Eats and stuff like that, and so that's the main reason I got it. But then I ended up not doing that so much. But I kept the bike because, you know, it's nice to have a bicycle that, you know, comes in handy if you want to just do like a short trip around town or something, you know. I don't know what the wattage on mine was. It 750 watts you got? Yeah, I don't know what the wattage is on mine. Yeah. It has wheels and a pedal. Gotta charge the battery every now and then. That's all I know. Has a handle, brakes, chain, gears. Oh, the pack wheels. Okay, no, mine's is more like I guess it's more like a mountain bike, like an electric mountain. No, not a mountain bike. So we call it a road bike. Was it mountain bike or road bike? I think it might be road bike actually, because mountain bikes, I think the wheels are quite thick on mountain bikes, and it's maybe not quite that. Or maybe hybrid is the word they use, like where it's like a cross between a road bike and a mountain bike. I think that's the word. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I've had it for a little while now, and it's, you know, for what I use it for, it served me well, so I'm good with it. You feel me? I'm able to, you know, the money because the amount he gave me was down, so I made a point of not buying him his beer. Well, yeah, that just that's not even petty. That just makes sense. Gives you less money, you buy less things. Like, that's how that works, right? You know what I mean? You can't have champagne on a what's the word? You champagne on a shoestring budget? No, that's not. Is that how it goes or something like that? I can't remember how the phrase goes, but yeah, if you're gonna have less money, you're gonna have less things. That's just standard. I mean, especially where like you still need to eat. You know what I mean? You can't buy beer and then have no food. Like that'd be a terrible idea. Got like all beer in the fridge and no food. Is like So yeah, less money, less things. Non-essential things go first. That's how that goes. Exactly, less luxuries. Once he made a comment about me doing his teeth for when he gets home from work. So that night I didn't do him any. Yeah, none. You get nothing. But yeah, I don't even think that's petty. I feel like sometimes it's just certain things that need to be done because it's like, I mean, well, let me not speak too much because then I don't know what the I'm sure you have like different agreements and arrangements and whatever. But I'm just saying in general, right? There's people out there who take what you do for granted to the point where they will start making comments about things that you do when it's like you don't have to do those things. Like you do them because you want to do them because it's the right thing to do or whatever, but you don't actually have to do it. But they start acting like they're entitled to it or something, like that is your job and you need to, you know, start acting like some kind of entitled way. And every now and then you have to have to remind them, like, actually, no. If it's a problem, you're right there. Like, I think I have to there. Yeah, exactly. For the expectation. I mean, well, that's it. It's like, yeah. Like, that's not what we're doing here. That's not what we're doing here. And you know, I don't even think that's a bad thing. It's just like reminding somebody, like, don't get all entitled. You know, don't stop feeling all entitled. And of course, it has to go both ways. I ain't saying that. It has to go both ways. But yeah, never get entitled. Never feel like you're entitled to things. You know, people do things, and it's good that they do them, and they should do them. And of course, I ain't saying don't do it, whatever. But never feel like you're entitled to it. Because I feel like once you start feeling entitled, that's when it starts getting messed up. And when someone starts being all entitled with you, yeah, you have to have a quick reminder, actually. Let's nip this in the bud. Let me remind you in case you forgot, you know? It's gotta be like that. It's gotta be like that. Yeah, no, entitlement is just, yeah, that bugs. That bugs. Oof, yeah. We approaching that time to start winding down. Should be live stream again tomorrow, 8 p.m. GMT. Continue with the X-Files season 4. Gonna get through X-Files season 4, then X-Files season 5, and that'll be the last one we do. And then drop down to 1 stream a week for next year. Just because he works so hard doesn't obligate me to do things for you. I do it because I want to, because, you know, exactly. I ain't disagreeing with that. I am not disagreeing with that. But of course, it's always nice when people do things for you, right? You know, it's nice when you come home and you've got a meal waiting for you. Like if you've ever like come home from a long day, whether it's a long day at work or just a long day or at anything, you come home and there's a meal waiting for you. That is a good feeling. Like so I ain't saying that, you know, but just never expect it. Never feel like you're entitled to that. Never allow yourself to feel like it is your right. Like, nah, I can't do that, man. Nah. It's good when you get it. Sucks when you don't. But if you don't, hey, make a sandwich real quick. Like I said, just make a sandwich real quick. Don't even have to be nothing fancy. Just like 2 slices of bread, a little bit of margarine, maybe a slice of cheese. You know, make a sandwich real quick. You know, it's great we come home to a cooked meal. Like I know that feeling, but bruh, can't expect it, man. Can't allow yourself to expect it. Goes with anything. Always gratitude. I guess that's the thing, really. It has to be gratitude, always. And yeah, like I said, this goes both ways. Like, it has to be gratitude. Gratitude for the things that people do for you, whether, especially for the things that they don't really have to do. You know? Gratitude, man. Gratitude is important. The moment that goes, it's, yeah. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, just don't take the piss. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're scratching somebody's back and they're pissing, that's just awkward, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you start scratching their back and they start urinating right there. Like, dude, come on. Can you wait, or let me know when you finished, I'll come back and scratch you afterwards. Like, I don't need to be scratching your back while you're pissing. Like, no, come on, that's just rude. That's just rude. Scratching your back, you start relieving yourself. Like, come on now, have some manners. That's a good rule. It's kind of like that, was it? Treat others the way others treat you. I can't remember how it goes. Treat others the way you like to be treated. Something like that anyway. But yeah. That's why you see some of these like videos where people talk about their relationships and they say things like, you know, I'm the man, so the woman has to do all the cooking or stuff like that. And it's just like, bruh, like, that's the type of thing I don't want. Like, I'll tell you that now. That's the type of thing I don't want. Like, that's not a relationship. That doesn't sound like a relationship. That sounds like an agreement to be together based on transaction. You know, you do this and I do that, and as long as we're both doing this, and as long as I'm doing this and you're doing that, then we'll stay together. That's pretty much what that is. It's an agreement to be together based on transactions, and I don't need that. That's a stress. And I ain't looking for stress. Nah. Before relationships go through a selfish phase, that's when you set your boundaries. Indeed. To realign your values, like, you know what, we're off course a little bit, let's get back on course. Yeah, and I feel like the ideal woman for me would be someone who just don't want nothing from me. She don't want nothing from me. She don't need nothing from me. I don't want nothing from her, and I don't need nothing from her. And we can just be together, and we can just enjoy each other's company. We can do things without the expectation of something happening, or this, that, and the other. And it's just chill. Now, whether that happens or not, we'll have to wait and see. But that for me, I'd say is an ideal. I don't necessarily feel like I could only be with a woman. Like, no, that's long. But I do think I will say that, at least in my mind, is the ideal. So as close to that as I can get is that's the plan, to get as close to that as I can get. You might not get everything you want, and in fact you probably won't get everything you want, but as long as the important things are there, really, that's what it comes down to, isn't it? As long as the important things are there, then everything else you can just kind of work on. Yeah. Maybe one day, okay. That waits to be seen. Yeah. What's the time, Mr. Wolf? 11:15. Just how realistic you are with them. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I can see that, yeah. I guess part of it as well is how much are you willing to let go of certain expectations as well. You know, maybe sometimes people are too attached to certain things, like certain very specific things, and that they just can't let go of, even though those things aren't really that important or not really that big a deal. But I guess sometimes people get too attached to very specific things, and if it's not there, then it's a big problem, even though it's not really. You know, it's not really. It's just being attached to like a preference. It's like, it doesn't really matter. It's not really that important. It's just a preference. But hey, what do I know? I'm just some guy on the internet. What I do know is, oof, it is late, and I'm gonna go relieve myself. I'm gonna go put like a little food in my stomach. Actually, let me check real quick. Can I put a little food in my stomach? I can. I'm doing well today with my calories in versus calories out, so I can treat myself before I go to bed. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna relieve myself, treat myself, then go to bed. But yeah, next live stream should be tomorrow, 8 p.m. GMT. Continue with the X-Files season 4. Hopefully y'all can join me for that. And then Thursday stream, 8 p.m. GMT, playing some video games. We might play Breath of the Wild actually. I haven't played that for a long ass time, so might play that, start that again. But you know, we'll figure that out, whatever. But for now, guys, you've been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for keeping it lively. Until whenever, if ever.